going on, Jerome's? So a little bit crunch for time this week, and also I think I might be getting sick. Like, do I sound like Doc Rivers? Ball, play defense. So we don't have our traditional Week 15 NFL Power Rankings, most accurate Power Rankings in the known universe, but we used our friends over at Tier Maker, and frankly, this might be a better project. Maybe we'll start doing this from now on. We have divided the tiers up into favorites, we come in, frauds, bad good teams, good bad teams, bad teams, somewhat ass, and then mega ass. Like baby, super bass, and mega ass. There you go. So starting off at the bottom as I burp. So you got the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers at 33. Now these tiers, I didn't necessarily put them in order, but the Packers are ass. The Packers are last. The Packers are Garbaggio. Tommy Cutlets getting it done. Love to see it. The Raiders are at the bottom. How do you not score against the Vikings? But the Flores defense is great. The Patriots are down there, even though they beat the Steelers. Whatever. Cardinals, the Commies. The Commies might be the worst team in the league at times. And the Panthers are also ass. Thank you. I mean, just atrocious. And they don't have a first-round pick. They have the worst record in the league. It's bad. It's bad, man. Somewhat ass. You got the crooked Chicago Bears. Hey, congratulations for not blowing a lead against the Lions this time around, like you did a month ago. The Jets, Jets. Zach Wilson getting it done. I mean, they had to knock C.J. Stroud out, but I mean, it still spends the same, right? Now, are the Jets going to get off the mat, and is Zach Wilson going to play good enough to stick around for next year? Who knows? The Titans, despite the best efforts of the Titans special teams as well as Will Levis initially, the Titans got it done in Miami. They tried to give that game away. The Saints, whatever. The Giants, I mean, I want to put the Giants in the bad teams or the good bad teams because of Tommy DeVito, but I mean, they're still a flawed team, even though they did beat the Packers, and for that we thank you. But I like that story. I want Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cutlets to stick around because Daniel Jones is not the answer. If Daniel Jones was playing on Monday night, they lose by 20 pretty easily. Next up, bad teams. So Justin Herbert's out for the season. Easton Stick, the former NDSU Bison, will be under center, but no, I hope that this isn't justification to keep Brandon Staley like, oh, well, Herbert was hurt. No, Brandon Staley might be the worst head coach in the league. He's terrible. He's bad. The Seahawks have lost 4 in a row. Could be 5 because now they got a pissed off Eagles team coming in, but who knows? The Steelers, I mean, could Mike Tomlin actually get fired? I don't think it will happen, but could it happen? I feel like Steelers fans have been spoiled for a long time. And, I mean, Mike Tomlin, if he gets fired, he'll be out of work for 2 seconds. The Falcons, I mean, rumor has it that Arthur Smith is going to be back next year. No. Even though, yeah, they put up a couple of points last week, and London actually looked pretty good, but next up, good bad teams. So I got the Colts. Colts are actually kind of plucky, and even though they don't have Jonathan Taylor Thomas or Anthony Richardson, I like Gardner Minshew. I love me some Pittman, and I think the Colts, I mean, they'll probably make the playoffs, and I don't think they'll go any further than that, but, I mean, they're a good bad team. I like what Shane Steichen has done this year. DeMeco Ryans, I love what the Texans have done. They just don't have enough talent on that roster as of yet. C.J. Stroud, before he got hurt, was at an MVP level. Hey, Nico Collins. Hey, Nico, thanks for getting hurt in like the first quarter, man. It's great. It's great, man. Once they get Tank Dell back and they add some more talent to that rooster, they're going to be good to go. I mean, the Texans are going to be good for a while. The Broncos, as a good bad team, I mean, they have a flawed rooster. I mean, sometimes Russ plays good, sometimes Russ plays bad. But the Broncos, whatever with the Broncos. Hey, congratulations for beating Easton Stick. Cool. The Buccaneers. So the Buccaneers are probably going to win the division. Do not believe in Baker. The defense is sort of sus this year. I don't think that Todd Bowles is long for this job. I think they're going to hit the reset button even if they win the division. Next up, bad good teams. So you have the Bills, and you never know which Bills team is going to show up. They win at Arrowhead and won. Congratulations. But also, it's just they're massively inconsistent. And they're a mirror image of what Josh Allen is. Like, sometimes Josh Allen is playing at an MVP level. Sometimes he looks like the worst quarterback in the league. And the team certainly does mirror that. And, you know, respect, they've overcome a lot of injuries and a lot of adversity, and they're showing a lot of teamwork. McDermott's giving great speeches. The Bengals. So the Bengals, getting past losing jumping Joe Burrow. I mean, they have a lot of talent, and props to our guy Jake Browning, who we'll see on Saturday for distributing the football against the Jaguars. Got a nice home win, but Cincy, I don't know, like. I can't put them in the "we come in" category yet, and they're not quite frauds, and they're not a bad team. But the Rams. So the Rams almost went on the road and stunned the Ravens, but they didn't. But I feel like they're starting to get healthy at the right time, and they could be dangerous. But I don't know. As of right now, I mean, they're a good team, but it seems like they're still underperforming from their run early in the season. Next up, the Frauds. Lions losing to the Bears. The Eagles losing to the Cowboys. Not even being competitive. You scored a 0. Goose egg, D'Angelo Russell, offensive touchdowns, man. The Dolphins blowing a 14-point lead at home with 3 minutes left against Will Levis. The Chiefs losing at home and then blaming everyone but themselves. They blame all the refs. They blame everyone except for Kadarius Toney, which is funny. The Jaguars. So Trevor Lawrence, I'm not even sure that he felt his leg because he got shot up with some Dr. Feelgood. Like, how are you moving that decent after a high ankle sprain? But he was feeling no pain. Michigan's going to get beat by Alabama in the semifinals. Firmly believe that. Teams are, come on. So the Vikings at 7-6. And what can I say? Hey, we had Kirko Chains, and then it was the Mormon Missile, and then it was the Passionate, and now it's on to Mullins Mania. That defense is playing above the rim under Brian Flores, and offensively with JJ back, Nick Mullins, all he has to do is just pull a Jake Browning, pull a Brock Purdy, just dump it off, and just let your playmakers do the work. That's all he has to do. And with the Browns, respect to Stefanski. I mean, the Browns have had 17 billion injuries, but they're still 8-5. They still have an outside shot at the 1 seed. And I actually do think that the Browns, I mean, jumping Joe Flacco's getting things done. I think if they get deep into the dance, like maybe they could be something. In an AFC, which is just like, I mean, the AFC was supposed to be good, except there's so many fraudulent teams on that side of the bracket. And lastly, up at the top, the Niners, the Ravens, and the Cowboys. And I mean, respect to the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to be tough. Dan Quinn's got that defense playing fantastic. And, I mean, Dak, respect, is playing at an MVP-adjacent level, getting the ball out to Cooks, getting the ball out to especially CeeDee Lamb. And Dallas is going to be tough. The Ravens, Lamar's looking like an MVP candidate again. They've overcome a couple injuries themselves. And the Niners, who the Vikings beat, by the way. Again, Brock Purdy's not reinventing the wheel, but distributing the football to Debo and Kittle and, of course, McCaffrey, and that defense is top dog. So they're going to be tough. I think right now, if you had to wager on who was going to be the 1 seeds and who was going to be Super Bowl favorites, probably the Niners and the Ravens. Harbaugh Bowl Redux coming up again, man. But that's it. That's at Week 15 NFL Power Rankings. I guess tiers. Doesn't matter. The most accurate rankings in the known universe. If you disagree with any single one of the placements, you were wrong. How's it feel? Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skull Production Value.